The nkoko nketekete is a social intervention program. We are going to welcome it. But you say you are going to reduce taxes. You are going to repeal the betting tax, the e-levy. You are going to repeal all these taxes. You are going to reduce the taxes at the ports. We wonder where you get the money to implement the nkoko nketekete.
Emrasha Bejafo ako asetna. Womu asetne eya asetna echato afi 2024 yimu. Bosumi mienu a etwema menti me hwase bi ekoto mrasha Bejafie efa majority and minority seat hon. Enam so ema Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumana Bagbe no be friendship mu bia na tetiru. Womo don NPP amanyoko no etwetwen womo ho no ene de obia de asomdwe ne ahonidie kwan so ekopie mu ewo Emrasha Bejafie. NDC amanyoko no efa minority seat no afa afei NPP amanyoko no eje majority seat no so atenase abra honorable afenyo marking enya akwanya okasa na okere se abembia eba obaye ne de kakra NPP aban aba abedi omei so aye ne ombetumi aye afei Ghana man yeyi NDC amanyoko no se wo mo bedi omei so womu ebe womu so ombe yi etoto ahodo womu susu se NPP amanyoko ebetena so no womu de etoa infasodie bia eni so abegu Ghana man yetiri so enu ti wombe yi bi efri ho ebi etese e-levy ene afei betting tax na womu ede betting tax ene e-levy eba abefri eti so yi afei nkoko nketekete ebe dai anasi kabe ena womu de beko akofa nkoko nketekete aba abegu omeimu.
That our friends in the NDC have emerged victorious. And I take this opportunity to congratulate the leader of the minority side and his team for such an unprecedented feat. I also congratulate His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama on his election. Mr. Speaker, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia did something very unprecedented. We've never witnessed it in the history of our politics before. Relying on his own internal coalition, at 9 a.m. on Sunday, he publicly acknowledged the outcome of the elections, conceded and congratulated the president-elect, who was yet to be officially declared by the Electoral Commission. Mr. Speaker, such a move by him was very historic and commendable. Today, we are here because of that singular action. Today we are here because all of us collectively acknowledged that all we have is our democracy. Dr. Forson, I have heard you. You have overwhelming majority. But that majority will start reducing from the 8th of January. And I know that come 2028, we will be in the majority. Mr. Speaker, already we are experiencing some encircling gloom. This darkness we are seeing, and looking at your posture, we know that you have promised a lean government. You say less than 40 ministers. And you the MPs. Yes. Mr. Speaker, I know they can't take it. Now that we are coming into minority, be prepared. Be prepared. You see you can't take it. You see you can't take it. Mr. Speaker, even if your flag bearer, who is now president-elect, said 60, we are going to see how many of you will make it. We are going to see. You said 60 ministers and deputy ministers, all inclusive 60. Mr. Speaker, We are going to see how you are going to protect the public purse. We hear from Honorable Nketekete that you cannot implement the free SHS. We await the outcome of your policies. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that this incoming government is going to implement this nkoko nketekete policy. The nkoko nketekete is a social intervention program. We are going to welcome it. But you say you are going to reduce taxes. You are going to repeal the betting tax, the e-levy. You are going to repeal all these taxes. You are going to reduce the taxes at the port. We wonder where you get the money to implement the nkoko nketekete.
And I'm also na abra kesel ato force in honorable ono so e kasa na o kire se wom ebebu omeyi papa panukredie so sebie wom aban no enkoye te se omampani na nado dankwa ekufuado ene ne vice aban ni bi NPP amayoko ebetna aban so wom de ahomaso ene bae
the people's revolution, what I call it. It was a revolt against a government that is obstinate, insensitive, high-handed and dismissive of public opinion. It was a revolt against a government that called people with dissenting views names such as detractors, cynics, naysayers. Mr. Speaker, sometimes they call views of dissenting people as Sambalat and Tobias. Ghanaians have clearly shown that they cannot be taken for granted and that when it matters the most, they will either reward those in office or punish those in office. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is obvious that MPP has been punished for its poor governance, economic mismanagement, obstinacy, greed, state capture, arrogance of power, impunity, disrespect, lawlessness, and persecution of political opponents. Mr. Speaker, the lesson is that what happened to the MPP and the outgoing government is that the political class cannot and should not take the people of Ghana for granted. This calls for introspection on the part of the political class. It is also a call for deep soul searching on the part of those in leadership who ought to have been heard when government engages in acts of impunity, lawlessness, and destruction. To my cherished NDC political party and the incoming government, may we never become like the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have to be different. We cannot be like the NPP government. We may be guided by the principles of integrity, probity, and accountability. Mr. Speaker, the time has come for us to do right by the people of Ghana at all times and to champion people-centered policies that genuinely benefit the voter and the ordinary Ghanaian, not the political class and its cronies. Right, Honorable Speaker, indeed, it is finished.
Eno echi ena mrashe bejafue shase abobo insehia ahodoa efa oman Ghana eho ena Honorable Samuel Okujeto ablakwa echirese companies do na ho ya to eda won so no wo mu ntua enya de ometumi nsusu etua na wo se wo mu egisika no na so NPP aban ese odisikai ana etuo eche won aban eba ye wo mepesa etuo ahodoa be guktimemfo etire so do na etwa dwato ati ne su efa ho na wo san so de ekb ekọ akoche na NDC amanyoko nso ebetena so a Bosumi miensa eda wo mu enim no sika ben ena wo mu fanhye wo mu amamu ase
wanting to get us to work on these matters, which are so unpopular. A tall list, over 40 tax waivers, Mr. Speaker, and this will have serious fiscal implications for the next government. I mean, why do you want to saddle the next government with these huge revenue losses when you have been roundly rejected at the polls? And this is a government talking about coming to cut down obnoxious and nuisance taxes, and then you are creating more fiscal liabilities for us. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to serve notice that these tax waivers, we are not going to support them. So, please listen to the Right Honourable Speaker's list of priorities, particularly the budget for the first 3 months of next year. As for tax waivers, we cannot support you. Honourable Afenyo-Markin, we cannot support you. So you need to really get this out of the business statement. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
Ena napo Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe say objection, my lord, and yadanti asebe yejuma. NDC abai mo se mo be reseti on my Ghana. Mo be ye resetting Ghana chese mo be hye bibia se foforo. Nti mo fa musika embra embe hye mamumu ase. Enya de NPP amanyoko sika ebehia mo.
First statement in the sense that there are other things that have been programmed that I think that we shouldn't even bother to do. Why should we at this time take up any bill? Whether it is environmental bill or social bill, I think the new government then should come and start, because we are resetting. And I agree, Ghanaians voted for resetting. So, Mr. Speaker, let's probably, the only thing we have to do is to take the vote on account and close shop. We should not continue with any business here, because like Honorable Okujeto said, and rightly so, Ghanaians have voted for the resetting agenda of nkoko, nketekete. So, not only that, Mr. Speaker, apart from the vote and proceedings and maybe his end of service benefits that he's very much interested in, every other thing, social protection bill, second reading of bills, third reading, so that we have enough time to do Article 71 business and do vote on account, such that, yes, if it is not worth doing, it's not worth doing. Please. So we have agreed on resetting. Let's close shop on everything. Do those that are interested in that will further his own personal interest and close shop. Thank you.
Abatwa yeto no afi emu parliamentary candidate no aka enkrona aka no eko ediama NPP ana NDC yehwe enim se abatwa komisa ebejibre na odene final verdict a efa parliamentary candidate no aba abetutimimufo enim 7MTV network eso eni tebidumedi enam de ebesumu ni akobe nyina me boabo no e de aba abesumu ewedwumedi eso medawase sawo jebre
7MTV New Vision.